Hey, pussy, are you still there?
I actually admire that you can actually be this fake, and like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. You're the scum of the earth.
Don't doubt me, I couldn't do it. The odds that I couldn't do it. Look at me now. Lebanon, pound for pound, headshot, dead. That's it.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Over the Octagon. This is your boy Nick Nasty and Dirty Bird. We have a special guest today, Shaun Shubert. Everybody say what up to him, man.
Yo, what up? What up?
What's going
What
on?
up? What up?
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey,
Absolutely.
anytime, man. It's pretty. We see the backdrop going on there. Are you in your own gym right now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Awesome. It's called is it Red Seal?
Red Seal. Yeah, so I started way back when, and originally when I developed it, I thought of it kind of as an umbrella, so I called it Red Seal Martial Arts Company. And then a lot of different kind of ups and down. I was traversing different kind of roads and got into the Muay Thai scene kind of late in the road. So we can circle back, do the whole deep dive if you guys are in, whatever it is. But that's basically what it is. So I call myself Red Seal because it's short for Red Seal Martial Arts Company, which before was a big umbrella for other things more than Muay Thai, which again, if you want to circle back, that's like a big, deep story.
Hey, man. Honestly, we're here for the deep story. Circle back. We
For
want to
sure.
definitely show the world who you are because we've watched you numerous times, and we're big fans over here. So yeah, tell us who you are.
Yeah, bro. Thank you. So my name's Shaun Shubert. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts for the big scene. I'm in a small town out here. I'm about an hour south of Boston, really. And my gym's about the same, but I'm like kind of like it's spread out. So I'm traveling a lot and I've had this spot for about 13, 14 years going on.
Awesome.
I started doing martial arts when I was a little kid, just getting out of trouble, getting over, all the little kid stuff, teenager, blah, 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 that whole thing, staying out of trouble, fighting, this, that, the other thing. And I had moved away after high school, wanted to kind of get my taste of the world, do my thing. And when I came home, I was kind of just bouncing around. I was a culinary student by trade and was doing MMA as like a hobby because I always had done martial arts. So testing my kind of traditional background to see if I knew how to fight when the rubber hit the road, I entered myself into a lot of these MMA contests in the local scene and was getting my ass whooped for a long time because I have no wrestling background. I never wrestled as a kid. I never did jits because it was all new. When I was growing up, I was 13 when the UFC came out prime. So I remember UFC 1, 2, 3, all that kind of, Dan Severn, all that stuff.
Damn.
So I remember watching. My coach actually cornered at UFC 7. That's how like ingrained we are. Yeah.
That's
No way,
awesome.
way. Did he was he ever around? I'm a huge Ken Shamrock fan, and I know he was around that time for sure.
I don't know. I'm not sure if he's like, kind of rubbing elbows with Shamrock, but definitely we've got like a lot of ties to like Dan Severn comes around here, like messes around, especially with the wrestling guys a lot, which is something that I got into obviously later because I started figuring out like, this karate stuff is only like this big,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Everyone's telling, yeah, you got a black belt, you could do this, you could do that. Like, you can't do nothing. You better like start boxing or something, dude. Like, you better start getting your hands on somebody and get your feet dirty. Like you gotta get,
Yeah.
you gotta get wet. Like you gotta start mixing it up for real. And that's what I started doing is just going out, getting into the local scene, getting with the wrestling guys, getting with the guys that are boxing, that are kickboxing, and still just kind of feeling my way around. What had happened was when I came back, I was leveling up my culinary thing. And like I said, just training as a hobby and got a little bit of trouble, was working at bars and that kind of scene and pretty much I lost everything, dude, right? Because I got in trouble and they're like, yo, right? So
Oh
I had a
yeah.
lot of, I was like running the kitchen, renting it out, doing food shows, doing all kind of like, stuff, putting that place on the map. As far as I was concerned, I was doing well, as a young kid, 24 years old. And then it, like rug pulled out underneath me, right? This
Yeah.
guy that I was training with kind of says, hey, open a karate school. I'll back you up. We'll get some stuff going. You can kind of be the training guide. You got some MMA experience. Start putting some stuff together. We start doing some stuff together for about a year, and this guy's struggling the whole time behind the scenes. Got all these kind of demons that he's masking with new business and this kind of new stuff. Right? He's hiding a lot of stuff, and just it started to get rocky, weird, real downhill real fast. This guy ends up taking his own life about a year into being in business together, and I'm floored. And
Oh wow.
all these cats are around here, and it's a karate school, remember, so it's a lot of this like honor, pride,
Oh yeah.
believe in yourself. People are getting black belts. People are franchising and open up other karate schools because it's easy. There's no fighting. Nobody's checking your paperwork.
Yep.
So, you know, there's a lot of people riding on this kind of thing. This guy removes himself to the fullest extent, and now everybody looks and
Yeah.
they're like, "Whoa, you're the guy. You're the new guy. Like you're fighting. You're doing all this training. You have a black belt under him. Like, take the wheel." And
Dude.
I'm 4 trying to dig myself out of a
Yeah.
hole. And that's kind of what happened, right? Where I'm renting this little room up in the top space of a gym on a second floor with, I don't know, maybe 150 square feet, something like so tiny, like a hallway,
Oh.
and I got just a couple of mats and a couple of like wave bags and bob bags, and I'm doing karate stuff. And that was it, man. I just kind of was like, I need I need to finish this out. This is all I have.
Yeah.
So I'm rocking a hard place. Do I go back to cooking and try to grind my way back up through all that, kind of make a minimum wage, doing that kind of bullshit work, or do I go and follow this fucking dream and start digging myself out of this hole and start learning the game and getting coaching and getting the right kind of looks and getting the right kind of guys in my corner, putting everything in the right kind of priorities. And that was it. I went to Thailand for the first time with a bunch of guys I was training personal protection stuff with. I was a bouncer working, after hours in Boston. So I would work in the kitchen, and then I would go to Boston, work, 10 till 2, 3 in the morning, kicking guys out of bars, clearing streets, doing that whole thing, working with the PD on the road, the whole, theater district, like in a suit, headpiece on, the whole business. And then I saved money. I went with these personal protection guys to Thailand, got a real taste of Muay Thai over there, and still came back, was fighting MMA, learned how to kind of do a little bit of takedown defense and stay on my feet and kind of bang with some guys. And I started to earn a little bit of like a name, but I was still getting beat on the floor. Right.
Yeah.
So these guys are scoring takedowns, they're getting points, they're staying away from me on the feet. I get this coach that he's like, yo, I know that MMA is like to the top. Like everybody thinks like, that's how you get famous. That's how you
Yeah.
make it. That's how you get a good gym, whatever, whatever, whatever. Like you guys said, you're into the UFC at first, and then you're like, yo, the local scene's fire,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
So thick.
Yeah. We
not
learn, man. We enjoy it. The local scene so much more.
it's more than MMA for you guys too,
Yeah.
because you're like, yeah, well, Muay Thai's like this. That's like MMA, but nobody's stalemating. Nobody's like
Yep.
on the ground too long, and he's not like looking around. Oh, I can't see what's going on. Some shit's happening underneath people. It just like, unless you know what's up, then it just looks like guys are laying on each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Muay Thai's like, space, let's go, knockouts,
Oh yeah.
blood. It's all fucking
Oh, I
vicious.
tell you, like watching like ONE FC, when we watch like ONE FC and they host like Thai tournaments and stuff, it's the most unbelievable fighting you'll ever see.
Yes, and they do it now. They're doing it every Friday night.
Every Friday
One
night. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
finally
just came
getting
back
yeah.
there end of July till September this year. I fought twice out there. I trained at the Fairtex training facility while I was out
That's
there.
awesome.
But all those guys are there, though. All the guys that you're watching, Ferrari Fairtex, all
Yep.
there. Everybody that Fairtex in their last name, like all those guys are training, and it's so ingrained in the culture that they walk around level-headed. They walk
Yep.
around just like you and me, dapping up, high five, having fun, playing music, doing
I
stuff
love
like
that.
funny. Gym. It's a blast, man. It was
Yeah.
such a good experience.
I love that.
That's
Yeah,
incredible, man.
I almost feel like you have to make that adventure if you want to ever have a career in Thai. You almost have to
Oh.
make that journey and experience it in the actual culture itself. If not,
Absolutely.
American Thai is nothing compared to going to Thailand and learning it from someone like them. You know?
Well, 1,000%. Yeah, even guys that I was training here because I've been fighting and training and running this gym. I've been running it as a Muay Thai gym for probably about close to 9 years now. So I started like a year of karate and then like probably 2 years kind of like bumping around, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of MMA, a little bit of personal protection, really just trying to flesh out, you know, what's good in business, what's going to sell, what's popular to people, what do they like, and what do I love, what do I have a passion for,
Yep.
right? It just got to a point where I'm like, first of all, I have no business teaching people MMA because I have no business showing anybody how to wrestle unless they want to get taken down. Right?
Yes.
Love that.
What's the story, right? I started doing just boxing and kickboxing, Muay Thai, and then again, just guys are coming in. Half the groups wants to do boxing shoes and no shin pads. The other guys want to kick and elbow and knee. So then again, it's just like, what's the best thing to streamline this, and what am I doing that I have the passion for, that I have the knowledge of, that I have the moral compass to point these people in the right direction? Because they're not playing golf. Like if they go out and fuck up, like it's not like, oh well, like you
Yeah.
go out there and up, you're getting hurt, dude. You're getting
Yeah.
banged
Yeah.
out,
Oh
up,
yeah.
kicked in the hit in the livers, all that kind of stuff. It sucks.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you can't just be like a virgin teaching sex. Like you got to be the guy that's in it. You got to know what you're talking about.
I love
You
that
gotta
analogy.
you gotta show someone the ropes at the end of the
That's
day. You know what
funny.
I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
so Sean, man, going off the Muay Thai thing on our podcast, we frequently talk about Muay Thai is not being used enough in MMA as it used to be. You in the early 2000s, late 2000s, you had guys like Anderson Silva just straight up running mixed martial arts with Muay Thai as their primary, martial art. And do you know why? Why it's not getting? I see the rise now. People are finally hearing about it. I know jiu-jitsu is very popular, but do you know why fighters just stopped using it for a while? What's your take on that?
I'm I'm definitely unclear why the the shift happened. I would say my personal opinion would be that something like MMA, where there's such a vast set of
Skills.
tactics and approaches that you can start to work in and incorporate and get good at, then you start figuring out how to be the most efficient in the game, right? So
Yeah,
if right, if eventually that's what happens, that's just human nature. Doesn't matter what it is, they just figure out what's the rules and then how do I play around that and be the most effective and the most efficient? How do I win the game the best? The UFC could give a shit less who's the champion, and if they're a wrestler, if they're a striker, as long
Yep.
as they're selling tickets, nobody cares.
True that.
So if
yeah,
that guy good on the mic, if that guy can get the crowd going, if that guy could whatever, like Khabib, what it again, I'm a Muay Thai guy, right?
Yep.
My
yeah,
whatever of MMA is minimal, but like Khabib, like that guy, all I know as a novice is that he just wrestle you to the ground and sit on you and punch you in the face, and like that was it. Nobody could stop him from doing that, and
I
We
he
mean,
never
agree.
you nailed that one,
You
dude.
definitely did, my friend.
And then that's
right
why I feel like the UFC almost got
could
less
figure out.
popular as it was.
Yeah, if one guy could figure out how to stop it, then it would be like, okay, well, that's the new guy,
Yep.
right? That's it. Yeah. And I think that now people are finding that Muay Thai when you learn Muay Thai from Muay Thai guys, it's in here different than
Yep.
it's in the rules and play into this game. It's where like these cats are like the rules of Muay Thai, the scoring is different,
Yep.
especially in Thai. Being aggressive in having ring generalship in like the way that you're attacking guys and hitting guys and knocking them off balance and throwing them around is a huge part of how you're scoring points over there.
Oh yeah.
So if I fucking smoke you and you can cover up as much as you want or you can check a kick as good as you want, if I can move you, off balance you, make you kind of like wince or something to that effect, I'm scoring, and I'm scoring big on those kinds of things. Where just like hitting you aggressively or knocking you around and making you look like you're weaker than me is a big part of that game, which now these MMA guys are figuring out like, hey, if I just fucking figure out how to stop takedowns and keep cats on their feet, well,
Yeah.
clinch is very effective. They're
Yep.
striking, the foot sweeping is good. A lot of these wrestling guys are still on the fucking tail end of figuring out what they're doing and how to stop it and how to like wrestle it or whatever that case is. So but something like MMA is going to constantly be evolving because guys are constantly going to get older. They're going to constantly age out, or the UFC is going to be like, well, you didn't sell, or you didn't blow up, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. See you later, dude. 2 fights, 1 fight, 3 fights, 5 fight. Like, they don't care. Like, see you later, dude. They'll
Yep.
kick you out like this. They don't
They're
give a
cut.
shit.
Yeah.
Billion guys that want to be in the UFC. You got a billion people out here. What's the chances you're getting the next McGregor, the next Ngannou, the next whoever, right?
Yep.
You're getting the next guy that's going 30-0 and being like, nobody can stop me. I'm the best. See ya.
Yep.
That's
That's it.
exactly what they're doing, man.
And so every time that happens, now Khabib's gone. Now who's the guy? Now who's the next wrestler? Who's going to move into that space? It's just like there's a chink in the armor that fills that space. Boom. Like, who's going to, like, something gets, right? There's a little bit of movement. Where can they put the fill?
Yep.
That's how it's going
Absolutely, man.
to
Yeah.
be like that. It's a constant feeder because everybody wants to go to the UFC. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be Connor. Everybody wants to have $1 million for punching someone in the mouth, talking shit on the microphone, selling whiskey, getting drunk, throwing shit through windows. Like that's the best. Like who's gonna say no? Like, yeah, you want to be an asshole? Fucking get $1 million and then like go fuck off. Yeah, I'll do that for a couple of years. That sounds good to me. Like,
For sure.
Absolutely, man.
people, and they would get beat up for a fraction of the money that these guys are getting. They would just take a beating for a fraction of it. The hard part, the real hard part, is the grind. The real part is getting to where these guys got to. It's being in the gym. It's doing the fucking push-ups and doing the fucking weightlifting and doing the fucking bag work and doing the pad work and doing the drills and taking your lick-ins and doing all that kind of stuff and leveling up. That's the real stuff. Nobody wants to see you get beat up for $1 million. Facts. That's a fact.
Dude.
You're
John,
not
that you
wrong.
are speaking our language.
You are not wrong.
Anybody can do that.
Yep.
You could throw a 6-year-old. A 6-year-old, if they had a concept of money, they're like, yeah, go ahead, pump me around like a football. I'm going to be rich. No problem.
Yep.
No brainer.
Right? It's not that. It's the fucking, that's the hard part. If somebody said, hey, work out with me every day for a week, I'll give you this money, people would be like, hell no. Work out with Mike Tyson. Go fucking to the gym with that guy. Don't fight him. Don't even fight him at the end. Just do his training camp and we'll pay you. People would be like, captain out. See you later. Fuck you. I'm not in that. Fold. Guys would be folding right, dude. Facts. That's a fact.
I agree.
So,
Awesome, man. Well, I speaking of fighting styles and everything like that, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I am a huge fan of your style. Dude, you stand and bang and your chin is fucking great, dude. We were watching your clips and I was sitting there, I was like, he's the kind of fighter that you can bet that he could beat anyone. You're sit there and you will go toe to toe with anybody, and that's the most entertaining kind of fight I think to watch.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That's awesome to hear it. Obviously, that's
Thank you,
fucking
man.
really.
And oh hell yeah, dude, we got you over here. And I was so we were I was like, where do I know this man from? And there's this clip, we're affiliated with Cage Titans a little bit. So there's this clip, and I know you said you went to culinary school, dude. You cook up that spinning back fist, bro.
Yeah.
You fucking cook that thing, bro. Is that one of your go-tos, man? Because I've seen it not once, not twice, numerous
Spinning back
times.
since karate, that was like spinning back kicks, spinning wheel kicks, spinning punches, spinning elbows. That's all, that karate stuff. And just, again, I have a good background in karate. It is valid to, certain extents. It's less about the activity it's 100% about the method. It's all about the approach. If you put 10 Muay Thai gyms in front of me, I'm going to guarantee you that 10 Muay Thai gyms are teaching jab, cross, hook. They're teaching how to check kicks. They're teaching knees and elbows. They're teaching roundhouse kicks. They're teaching front teeps. They're teaching all the same stuff.
Yep.
But how? What's the method? What's the recipe that they're putting together that makes these people 100% effective? And it's rapid integration of skill. How do I get this in these people fast? That's my method. That's my whole school of thought.
Love that.
That's amazing, man. I can tell when you throw it, when it's gonna finish him. You turned around on that last fight. I saw you turned around. It was done, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the one at Lion Fight where I was a bloody mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it against Junior Ruby?
Junior Ruby. Yeah. You did your homework.
Yeah, dude, that was a bloody mess, dude. I saw that, and I saw in the Chase Walden fight.
This cat cut me with some good elbows. He was a tough dude. Well, I mean, obviously not tough enough, but he was fucking slugging it out, bro. He came out, and I don't touch gloves because I had a bad rap in MMA where I got taken down on a fucking glove touch. And I'm like, never again, right?
That's the worst.
I fucking hate that.
That's the worst.
So, I never touch gloves with anybody, ever, ever, ever. This cat puts his hand up. I give him the shake off. He just goes like this and starts fucking swinging. I'm like, yo, this cat's here, dude. He's for it. So, obviously, I'm fucking giving it to him. Yo, I step into this fucking vicious elbow. Fucking hits me right here. I got a huge fucking dent.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I'm like right on the middle of the forehead. I knew the ref and the doctor from being cut previously and fighting in this area a long time. And doctor's like, no blood in your eyes. Guy looks at me, he's like, you ready? And I'm like, let's fucking go. And that was it, dude. I'm like, I know I need to put this cat away because he's giving me that, like, listen, I'll let you finish this round, but like, this is not good. We just called the doctor in. Doctor said, like, you can see, like, you can fight. So, like, let's wrap it up here, buddy. And I knew it. That's it. Fucking come out flying, fucking big, fucking. I just fucking like I gotta fucking like I cat. That's it, man.
Hell yeah.
You went crazy, dude. You went absolutely crazy, man. I was like, dude, I could watch this all day.
I love
like
it.
that was great. Awesome, man. And you were we did our research. You're kind of a pioneer to the small glove Muay Thai game. You are in the Massachusetts, New England area. That's kind of you.
Yeah. I did the first one in Vermont. I did the first one in Massachusetts, and nobody else is really legalizing it yet. So that was it. And obviously, my background in MMA made me comfortable. That elevated with the skill that I have with the Thai boxing for so long, competing so long. Competing in Thailand, and I'm just like, oh, fuck it, let's send it.
Oh man, I was gonna ask you. So I was gonna ask you one of your craziest things about Thailand, but dude, you competed in Thailand? That's insane.
Twice out there.
Wow, dude, that's incredible in its own. I mean, it shows how comfortable you are fighting over here in America because you went to war over there.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Awesome, man. So if anyone doesn't know, Shaun just retired, man, after a fucking beautiful performance, I may add, man. That thing was insane, man. And dude, you've had an insane career from the beginning of Cage Titans. Now you're at all the way where they're at now, but you were fighting well before that. And it's just, dude, it's awesome to have you on here, man. And do you have any plans for after retirement? I know you're a coach. You own your own gym. You got any good prospects over there?
That's my big thing is I got a nice little stable of fighters. It was that was what really pulled me back to this side of the fence, is because I've been playing both sides for so long, where I got a good young stable of fighters, all amateur guys, and they really need the love, the coaching. They need to be brought to that new level where, like, every 6 weeks, 8 weeks, I can't be going into fight camp and putting that stuff on the back burner. So that's really like the new plan, is to like get these guys. I got some people doing some big stuff around here. They're really fucking like pulling their weight and then extra, doing some big stuff for the gym. So we're all signed up to compete at US Muay Thai in Delaware this year. I got a couple of young cats. They're going to be showing some skills out there. It's going to be in April, and then we're going to be hitting the national scene and just really putting the gym like elevated to that next kind of spot.
That's awesome. And I want to add, you said Delaware, correct? Is where it's going to be hosted at?
Yes.
So our other co-host, he's very local to that area. So he's up. So we have connections through him up there, up north. So he's up in that area, and we had planned, sometime next year. We've been talking to Cage Titan a lot about getting up there and checking out an event. And I was like, you know what, dude, these guys, you got a gym too. We might have to stop by and check out the gym while we're up there.
No question.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that would be awesome. Yes,
Yeah,
we can definitely keep in contact, talk off the pod and figure stuff out, especially if you want to get this cat in Delaware, link up and figure stuff out. Especially, we're going to need to find gyms and places to stay warm, places to cut weight, all that kind of stuff out there. So we're going to be looking for connects and people who know the area.
Oh yeah, well yeah, he definitely knows the area, so he might be a good one to talk to about it too. So I'll let him know once we get off.
Oh yeah.
awesome, man. And we won't hold you much longer. You probably got a class to teach here soon. But we always ask our fighters something crazy about them, man. Do you have any crazy pre-fight ritual that you've done, or something like that you've done in the past that has stuck with you forever, that sounds crazy to everyone else, but it's your thing?
Yeah, I was in that weird place transitioning from the MMA to the striking kind of thing. And I was really kind of in my head about where my training was, where my skills were at, where I was, having peaks and valleys. So I started getting into sports psychology, started getting into hypnosis, and I was hypnotized a bunch of times
Oh
for
wow.
this kind of sports psychology, like get my head in that spot and just like when you're wrapping your hands, you're like setting these anchors kind of. It's called NLP, neuro linguistic programming. So they're like basically guiding you through these like deep trances where like you got to let yourself kind of like get out of the external and start going internal, and they're just like rewiring your subconscious, and you set what they call anchors. And that kind of approach to fighting actually helped me in coaching, because I layer all that stuff in, where like we're painting a really vivid picture with context and with the articulation of what's going into what we're doing, and being deliberate with what we're training, when we're doing it, how we're doing it, all that stuff. And then we set these triggers, set these anchors, so that everything's just like in your subconscious. It's firing like you were born with it. That's the idea. So that was like the fucking most wild thing, that people look at me and they're always like, dude, no way. Like, yeah.
Wow,
So
man. Were you like, how long is like the hypnosis like last for? Do you do it like right before the fight? You're still kind of
I don't
during
know,
it,
like,
or?
you're like, so they basically like teach you, like I said, to like set these triggers. So you set your like while you're getting
Oh,
like like just your brain's just like on like hey, remember the stuff like in your. It's like I said, it's all subconscious. So they're just like,
Yeah.
while it's happening, it's just like, hey, when you hear this fucking phrase, you're gonna be a chicken. Like that's
oh,
the
fuck.
like the joke part. That's like the entertainment part. But like
Yeah.
the reality, this stuff's been around since like the 18th century.
That's wild.
Now
Yeah.
that is the coolest answer I've ever received. I'm not gonna lie to you,
That's
man. I've
pretty
had some
dope.
cool ones.
Yeah.
That was it, man. And well, awesome, man. We want to say thank you again for coming on the show. And
Absolutely.
and
Yeah, thank you.
do you think you're ever gonna have an urge again? Just watching your fighting style, man. There's a lot of people who do retire, but then they come out there, and I could see you in it as a bare knuckle fighter all day, bro.
People that just turned their heads right now and just looked at you.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck.
yeah,
Listen,
man.
the real answer is that I've climbed the mountain to high enough to see the top. When I was in Thailand, like I said, I was training with those guys that are fighting at Lumpini, fighting on one every Friday night. These cats are like the pinnacle of what it is, right? And if I was maybe 10 years younger and I had time and I, had less responsibilities and less, things kind of like holding me here, I'd move there in a heartbeat. I'd do that extra little bit of what it takes because I know from being there and fighting and working like the local level in Thailand, right? The stadiums in Thailand, that like that next step is to go to Lumpuni, and then the next step is to fight at one, and then that's it. But like I got to where I got to. I've kind of like aged out, I saw what it's gonna take, and it's like I I I have it in my heart to keep fighting, but I have it in my head, like I told you guys,
Yeah.
where I know like I need to start like giving the business, the
Yep.
TLC, give my fighters the love
Yep.
that like they deserve because they've been here for a long time. They've been like doing work and like being in fight camps with me and like doing stuff on their own because like I'm not here. I'm fucking at fight camp. I'm doing my own shit. So like these cats have been fucking grinding on their own and doing stuff like in the gym, like it, So it's time to like to to not just be there at like a baseline, but like to be there extra
Yeah.
and to be the fucking everything and to elevate this place and like, do this kind of stuff with guys like you and like get other people out here, get other people's faces on here, like get other
Absolutely.
people. That's the next level up. That's the next goal.
Awesome, man.
Awesome.
Well, we'd love to touch base with you in the future, see how your gym is going and everything like that. And before we let you go, do you got any message to the fans who have watched throughout your career? Anything to say to them?
Dude, I'm like super appreciative. I gave a 15-minute speech after I retired.
Oh
Just
yeah.
grateful I am of this area giving me so much to be able to grow a business, support my friends and family, to give people jobs, to bring recognition to this area. It's so huge, and there's so many people holding me down inside the gym. There's so many people holding me down in my personal life, my family, and to make this possible, it's like that guy that's like, hey, I'm gonna go be a whatever, and people are like, dude, really? Right? Like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a pro fighter. Like, okay, dude, like real good. Yeah, good life choice. If you make it like this is the this is the real plan. The fighting was just like some rungs in the ladder, but this is the real shit.
I love it. I
Hell
love that.
yeah,
I
man.
love that.
We knew you were a good fighter, and we learned you're an even better dude, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Thank,
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
no problem. And that's it. All I got. Dirty Bird, you got anything else for Shaun?
No, man, just thank you again. Thank you for coming on. It's like I told you before we even started the show, our main goal at first was to, let's cover UFC. But over time, we learned that our passion was elsewhere. And it was, just to venture out to these local scenes across the country and kind of spread that message that, hey, there's guys out there that are doing this day in and day out. They live and breathe this stuff that they don't get the recognition or credit that they deserve. And, that's what we're here for. And that's what we love, man. So we appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you, stopping by, and we love to connect with you in the future. So
Yes. Yo, you guys are cool as fuck, man. It was awesome talking to you. I'd love to fucking stay in touch.
hell yeah, man. Well,
Definitely, bro.
enjoy your
Yeah.
workout or training or whatever you're about to go do, man, and we'll catch you on another time. Yes, sir.
All right, Shaun.
See you, man.
See you, bro.